Chloe, otherwise known as Princess Aspian, and welcome to my channel.
Just be me.
It's always this time that the birds start going. It's okay. Oh wait. Please stop talking. So last year I created a video about 10 celebrities that are autistic, and today I wanted to do something kind of similar but something kind of different because, you know, new video, new concept. But today, instead of just discussing famous autistic people like actors and models and artists and all of these people which are just famous, which are obviously also very important too, the arts are a very important thing, do not get me wrong, I wanted to discuss some of the important people who have made really big contributions to our world, just like my cockatoos are doing to my video right now. I wanted to talk about the people that made an impact in society, the world changers, the scientists and the philosophers and the incredible people that changed the way that we see the world today. It's also important to note that a lot of these people were around before autism was an official diagnosis, so while we can't give exact examples of diagnoses of them being autistic, we can say that in today's day and age, there is a very high chance they would have been diagnosed as being autistic. Just a disclaimer, I don't want to get cancelled. So I think we should just get into it. Without further ado, I present to you 10 autistic world changers. Number 1, Temple Grandin. Now, I have spoken about Temple Grandin before in my last 10 famous autistic people's video, but she is incredible and I am very much in love with this woman, and I feel like she's important enough to include once again. Temple Grandin is an inventor, author, a professor of animal science, and she was one of the first people in the whole world to start openly talking about her experiences with autism. Temple has completely changed not only the animal agriculture industry, but also autism and the way that we look at it. After spending so much time with animals and beginning to understand the way that their minds and their bodies reacted, Temple invented something called the squeeze machine, or the hug box. The hug box is a device which, once again, looks a lot more terrifying than what it actually is, and it offers pressure which releases all these calming parts of your brain the same way that similar devices do for cows. Her contributions to both the animal industry and autism are completely unmatched. She has an entire movie about her which says a lot and is absolutely incredible. Please watch it. And in 2010, she was listed in the Times Top 100 Most Influential People in the World in the Heroes category. Temple Grandin is one of my favorite people in the entire universe. I am so madly obsessed with this woman. She is beyond incredible and is very much deserving of the first person on this list. Number 2, Albert Einstein. Fun fact, Einstein, known for his intelligence, was thought to be autistic. Einstein was known to be incredibly passionate about the things that he loved and completely terrible at making small talk. Making friends was not an easy thing for him, and his passions and interests were intense and obsessive. Einstein was also thought to be mute until his 3rd birthday, and also had a very, very common autism trait called echolalia, which basically means that you repeat words that you hear several times under your breath until they feel right. There is so many different research papers done on this, but basically the overall synopsis is that Einstein was very likely autistic. Number 3, Greta Thunberg. Anyone that knows me knows that I am so obsessed with this girl. Greta Thunberg is my favorite person of all time. Once again, Greta is one of the people that were featured in my last famous autistic people video. However, when I featured her, she was very unknown. At the time, Greta had only just started her journey as a climate change activist and had only just started getting recognition in the public eye. And I remember so many comments in this video, which was only a year ago, saying that they had never heard of before. And now look at her. That was a year ago, and now she's Times Person of the Year, nominated for 2 Nobel Peace Prizes, listed as one of the 100 most powerful women in the world, 100 most influential young people in the world, started a global movement that is being participated by millions upon millions of people globally, and she did this all as an autistic woman, and she's not even 18 yet. I could do an entire video about Greta and all of the achievements she's had, not just within climate change, but within herself and all of the incredible things that she has managed to achieve, which, even if you take out all of this climate change stuff, is beyond incredible. Greta is autistic and spent a lot of her childhood with severe depression and with a really, really severe eating disorder, which took her to hospital a lot of times. According to her dad, Greta cried daily, could hardly ever sleep, and was often sent home from school because she was unable to function because of how upset she was. Greta has spoken up about the fact that a large reason behind her depression was understanding that there was so much that was going wrong in the world and that she felt like she couldn't do anything to fix it. After realizing that no one else was doing anything to fix anything, that's when the famous picture that we all know today popped up. Greta Thunberg holding her sign at the front of Parliament House. And from there, that's where the Fridays for Future movement was born. This is such an important thing to take hold of because so many people have this misconception that if you're autistic, you lack empathy, empathy. You don't know how to feel. You don't have feelings for anyone else. You're just an emotionless robot. And this girl has proven that that is the exact opposite. Greta's intense empathy for our world and the environment that we live in is what caused all of these horrible things to happen throughout her childhood. But with that being said, it is also the cause of the incredible woman that she is today. Autistic people are more empathetic and feel more empathy than just about any other neurotypical person in the world. However, we feel it so deeply on a different level altogether that it's often misinterpreted and we often can't show it the right way. But because of the empathy of an autistic girl, we are starting to see more changes in our climate than we have seen in years. Benjamin Banneker. Benjamin Banneker was an African-American author, surveyor, naturalist, astronomer, inventor, and farmer. He was known for his unparalleled brilliance alongside his odd methods of behavior. This, among a lot of other things, led a lot of professionals to believe that Benjamin was in fact autistic. Benjamin was known for his fixations on certain objects, which would ultimately lead to incredible discoveries and inventions of his own. After analyzing one of his friend's watches, Benjamin created a clock made entirely out of wood, including the cogs and the ticker thing. This clock worked until he died over 40 years later. Benjamin has done some incredible things and made some incredible inventions in so many different aspects, so I would definitely recommend learning more about him. Nikola Tesla. Nikola was a multiple award-winning inventor and futurist. His genius levels matched Einstein, and his inventions are still being used today. Temple Grandin, who we stated before, has said that while autism wasn't a diagnosable trait back then, if he lived in today's day and age, he would have been deemed as autistic. Regimented routines and schedules, physical tics, incredible memory that gave him the ability to learn 8 different languages and remember entire books just in one reading are just a few of Nikola's incredible traits which in today's day and age we would know as autistic. Ludwig Wittgenstein. I butchered his name, I'm well aware of that. I'm sorry. Ludwig was one of the most important philosophers of the 20th century and is also another inspiring historical figure who is in fact believed to be autistic. In fact, one of Ludwig's most famous works, which I am not even going to attempt to pronounce because I will butcher it and I will have everyone coming for me, listed here, has been cited again and again and again by many professionals as a perfect example as to how an autistic brain works. Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton, best known for his theory of gravity and laws of motion, is very highly thought to be autistic. Newton isolated himself as much as possible and was thought to be incredibly awkward around social situations. He didn't know how to make small talk or daily conversation and was notoriously bad at making and keeping friends. Newton also relied strongly upon routine. Once again, autism was not a diagnosable trait back then, however, many professionals have all stated that in today's day and age, Newton would very likely be listed as autistic. Barbara McClintock. Some of the most important principles in modern genetics were either discovered or proven by someone called Barbara McClintock. Barbara is an amazing scientist who made incredible breakthroughs about genetic chromosomes and how they change during the reproduction process. Barbara had an extreme fixation on her work and was able to focus on it for long periods of time. She was also very peculiar on what she would and would not wear and would avoid limelight at any cost. Because of this, she very nearly didn't accept her 1983 Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine that she was awarded for her excellent and groundbreaking work. Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson, 3rd President of the United States of America, was very highly thought to be autistic. There are a number of documentaries and documents that all talk about Jefferson's extreme sensitivity to high-pitched and loud noises. He was also known for his very strange routines and hated speaking publicly. And yes, while we've already established that not all autistic people face those stereotypes, there is no denying the fact that a lot of autistic people do. Unfortunately, most of Thomas Jefferson's childhood documents are burnt down in his childhood home. But as a primary draft man for the Declaration of Independence and America's 3rd president, it's pretty cool to think of him as being autistic. And last but certainly not least, we finish on someone who truly sees autism as their superpower. Number 10, Dr. Vernon Smith. Vernon Smith is an economist and professor of business economics and law. Dr. Vernon Smith is a pioneering economics professor, largely credited with the invention of experimental economics. This creation led him to winning the Nobel Prize in Economics in 2002. Dr. Smith is very open about the fact that he's autistic and even says that the reason he's so successful is because of being autistic. Dr. Smith has said that he doesn't feel the social pressure to do things the way that other people do them. And because of that, he's able to problem solve and look at different ways of doing things which most people wouldn't even consider. While the world is becoming so much more open to autism and so much more open to different mindsets, I think it is so cool that someone that is in a profession like him is so openly talking about being autistic, and not only the fact that he is autistic, but saying that it's his superpower, saying that it's something that makes him who he is and is why he's so incredible. So there we go. There are 10 very influential people that are or were considered to be autistic. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys can go and research on some more incredible autistic people that have paved the way. If you guys know of any other incredible autistic people that have made massive differences, please comment below because I love researching about more people that are like-minded. I hope you guys are all doing okay during quarantine. I know that it's really hard and really scary at the moment. I didn't upload a video last week because my mental health was just Not great, wasn't doing good. But you know what, that's fine, because you're allowed to have poor mental health days. What matters is how you look after yourself, and I did look after myself, so that's important. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I hope you guys are looking after yourselves. I hope you guys are staying kind to yourself, to other people. I hope you guys are staying hydrated, and I hope you guys are washing your hands so we can get out of this as soon as possible, because I just want to see Harry Styles live in concert. Is that too much to ask? Anyway, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.
Just be me.